There's a seldom seen fish that lives in the rivers of Spain. It's an eeled monster that can reach 10 feet. Powerful enough to drown a man. The Wells catfish. A massive cat. They use their powerful eeled bodies to wage a battle against any angler that tries to hunt them. Hidden in the medieval valleys of Mequinenza, Spain, runs the Ebro River, the haunt of the giant Wells catfish. They fight with an undulating movement like an eel. They can even swim backwards, making them a genuine monster fish. My guide today is British, Gary Allen. The Brits are catfish fanatics, so even in these Spanish waters, he knows these wild catfish as well as anyone. It's 3,400 miles from Boston to Madrid, 10 hours in the air. The city that's waiting on the other side of the Atlantic is both ancient and modern. Hemingway called Madrid the capital of the world. But it's only going to be a stopover for me. Where I'm heading is another 6-hour drive into the mountains. Here in Mequinenza, it seems more of the ancient than the modern. Of course, there's nothing ancient about skimming across the water at full throttle.
Alrighty then. Okay, gents, we'll throw the anchor out. What they use here to catch these big Wells catfish is a pellet food which they use to feed turbot here in the Mediterranean coast of Spain, which is similar to our flounders back home, and works quite well.
Catfish may love it, but I can't say it does anything for me.
Got 2 pellets on it. Let me get that here in the rod holder.
We get the baits into the water, and then the wait begins.
Nice cast.
Thank you, sir.
Spot on. And just stick the clicker on for bite indication. We're fishing.
The pellets contain a very high oil content to carry a constant scent, and also to slow down the breakup process of the pellet.
Trevor, this one. Keep running about a bit.
In these murky waters, you just can't get a good look at the catfish until they're right at the boat.
How she feel? All right. Big?
Not too bad. I don't think it's that big. We'll see.
I don't think it's one of the big ones.
No. It's a start. Yeah, might be a little bigger than we thought.
Well, bigger than I thought.
Yeah, well, there you go.
A distinctive thing about the Wells catfish is its underslung jaw, not the mark of a bottom feeder.
Looks like a good one, no? That's it. Well done. Lovely. Beautiful. Righto.
I've got to get used to this guy saying things like righto.
Is that a bad one?
It's like Wells catfish.
Wells catfish. Not quite the big one we're getting there.
No,
good start.
Like I said, we'll start you off slowly and work your way up. Maybe it's good like that.
Ooh, it's slimy.
Well done, lovely. Now she's back in the open water.
Ah, good start.
Yeah? Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Now it's back to waiting, and the rods stand ready. 14 feet of them. These 14-foot rods lift the line off the water for a better presentation of the current. And better yet, they let you use a really strong side pressure on the fish. It's hard to know in this deep, fast-moving current, but I'm willing to bet that this Wells is bigger than the last. I've never used a 14-foot rod, but I will tell you, it gives you incredible fighting power.
Magic. Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
These catfish were introduced here in the 1970s by two German scientists, and they've grown tremendously in these waters.
Looks like a good one, Trevor, doesn't it?
They've got a serpent tail and a sea serpent personality.
Oh, yes. Oh, Trevor, that's a big fish, mate, isn't it? Look at the size of it. A big boil on the surface. What are we going to do with this one?
The protruding jaw on these cats, it actually helps on lifting and handling. They'll find catfish, but not the monster we've been looking for. My thoughts are already on the next fish.
The Wells catfish has an amazing growth rate. They grow about 10 to 20 pounds a year, and they get up to about 150 to 200 pounds. But a very interesting thing about the Wells catfish, their lower protruding jaw makes them more of a surface feeder, where back home they're more of a bottom and scavenger feeder. So it proves for interesting fishing and good fight.
The Wells catfish doesn't limit itself to eating other fish, or even eating what's only in the water. And pigeon is on the menu today. They miss sometimes, but not enough to go hungry for long.